I really love how bright this dish is. Nailing a vegan dish is just, it's just the best. Hi, my name is Chef Manouschka Guerrier. I am a former private chef of Ariana Grande, Selena Gomez, and the Kardashians, and today I'm gonna be making for you the favorite dish of Ariana Grande and her family, vegan chicken scarpariello. So I chose to make this dish because I didn't even know what it was, and they were completely shocked. See, they're originally from New York, and it wasn't until I came on this trip to shoot for Delish that I learned it is an Italian restaurant staple. It's quintessentially everywhere. And when you're being tasked as a private chef, these celebrities, they change their diets a lot. When I originally made this dish, the family was all doing gluten-free, but now Ariana's vegan. So how do you take a family favorite and turn it into something that she can still love, but is vegan? And I'm gonna show you how. All right, the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna blot this chicken with a napkin before we season it. Now, the chicken is optional. You don't need to use this for the recipe because I feel the artichoke and the oyster mushrooms does bring a lot of like a meatiness, especially with the texture and the hardiness to it. But when I'm taking a family favorite and I'm turning it into a vegan dish, maybe some members of the family would like to try it as well. And I think this will give them more of a reason to try it. So I've just finished blotting the chicken, and now I'm seasoning it with some salt, pepper, and Italian seasoning. And we're just gonna let this hang out for about 30 minutes as we prep the veggies for the dish. So I've got some bell peppers. Interesting story. So how I got the job. I actually used to be on a Food Network show called Private Chef of Beverly Hills. And Jones, which is Ariana's mother, her assistant, Diane, who's a longtime friend, was a huge fan of the show, and she liked my character, I guess, and invited me over to cook for the weekend because it was a birthday and it was Father's Day. And they wanted this dish because they couldn't find it in LA anywhere. I've just finished with the julienne on the peppers. Now moving off to the garlic. My technique for cutting garlic is I smash it first. It makes it much easier to peel. And then I cut the ends. We have our garlic. Now we're gonna move on to mincing our shallot. I see. So I'm just gonna do just a quick mince. We're gonna go rustic. Not trying to be here all day chopping. Set that aside with the julienne peppers, and now working on my red onion. You can use any kind of onion. I just like to add more color to the dish. Ariana is a very bright and bubbly person, so I want my dish to reflect that. She is super bright and bubbly. Oh man, she was freaking out because I was working for Selena before her, and she's like, have you met Justin Bieber yet? And then now she did a song with him and is like the biggest star. Next up, I'm gonna have my artichoke, and I'm just gonna take off these stems as well. Now, while I feel that the chicken is optional, you definitely will need the sausage. The vegan sausages do really bring you that scarpariello real feel. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start browning this chicken, and now we're gonna add oil into our pan. We're gonna start browning our chicken. Make sure you cook this in a pot large enough to hold everything that we've prepped that we're gonna cook. Now for this, you don't wanna cook it all the way. You just wanna cook it for about 2 minutes on each side because it's gonna continue to cook as we add all of the other stuff to cook along with it. What I love about introducing you to the family's favorite dish is actually the family. They are extremely close. They're like their own nucleus. It's such a tight, beautiful, loving unit that they are. Joan is definitely the queen. Nona is the queen mother. And I really just loved watching the relationship between her brother Frankie and her. They have such a beautiful bond and are so close. And when you have siblings, there's kind of like that sibling rivalry, but they don't have that. And Frankie really makes her feel safe. So this is what you want. You want a little bit of the brown around the edges, and then we're just gonna move them onto this gorgeous sheet pan. I'm a fan. And if you need to add a little more olive oil, go ahead and add a little more olive oil. And and then add your vegan sausages. So we have here some regular Italian sausage and some hot Italian sausage. So I just like to cook it first, let it cool off on the pan, and then chop it. So this is a one pot dish. I'm gonna add a little bit more oil into the pan. I'm not gonna take the fat out because fat is not a four-letter word. Fat is flavor, it is good. And we're gonna crisp up these artichokes and mushrooms. Now, I'm sure you're wondering, why is there a cast iron pot upside down on the stove? What I'm gonna do with that is I am going to press it on top so it gets these nice and crispy. I'm adding some salt, some pepper. So while that's going for about 5 minutes, I'm going to chop up the sausage. The pro tip about using the pan on top is that you can step away and you can work on the rest of the things that go into the dish. And you don't have to worry about babysitting a dish. And plus it doesn't make a mess and pop all over the place. What we got here. Ooh. So we got some nice crispy artichoke and oyster mushrooms. The vegan chicken is optional. I really do feel like you get a lot of heartiness from just this. Now I'm gonna add our vegetables and our garlic. Oh, why does that always smell so good? And before I add the garlic, I'm gonna add some of these cherry peppers. What I love about this dish is how the peppers add just kind of like this sweet piquant. So it's not super hot at all, so you don't get heat, but you do get that piquant, like that peppery taste and flavor without like too much heat. So I love this aspect of it. Look at how beautiful and bright this looks already with these different colors. Now I'm gonna add some garlic, add some salt and pepper. Now, if you're a fan of Ariana, you would love this. She actually sings around the house. Like, she sings all the time. And I just remembered that when I heard her for the first time live, I was like, you need to star in Wicked. Like, they need to do a film version of Wicked. I thought that she would play Elphaba. I thought she was perfect for that, but she's playing Glinda. It's actually happening. She is starring along with Cynthia Erivo in the film version of Wicked. Like, I called this years ago. So now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna deglaze the pan. It's gonna bring all of these crispy brown bits up, which is all flavor. Then I'm gonna add some of the brine from the cherry peppers. The wine makes it smell so divine. Then I have some vegetarian better than bouillon. A lot of chefs like to add chicken stock or broth. Me, I just, some bouillon and some water and I'm good. I'm a fan of MSG. I'm an island girl. What do you want from me? Add a little bit of water. And now let's incorporate and put everything back in. And my crispy mushroom and artichoke. And now everything is starting to come back together. So I'm gonna go ahead and add some fresh herbs. We have some rosemary, thyme, and oregano. So now I'm gonna go ahead and baste this vegan chicken with our beautifully briny sauce. While this is simmering, we're gonna add some vegan butter to add some richness to the sauce and some lemon juice to add some zip and brightness. While this is finishing up, I actually have one more story for you. The very first time I got to work for this family and I made this dish, Ariana actually invited me to her 18th birthday party, which was, I've never had a client invite me to a party before, especially after only cooking for them like twice. And it was incredible because you're 18, it's a big deal. And she had Patti LaBelle perform and Taylor Dayne perform. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you're only 18. What do you know about Patti LaBelle and Taylor Dayne? But she has been such a fan of big voices since she was a child. And this is definitely something that she got from her mother, Joan. I feel like that's why she's like the big superstar she is right now. To go from seeing her go from an 18-year-old girl to this amazing rock star superstar of a woman just taking over the world has been just such a beautiful blessing. And Ariana, if you happen to be watching this, I am so incredibly proud of you. You are doing such an incredible job. Love you. It's been simmering, all of the flavors have come together, and now it's ready to serve. And lastly, to garnish, top with sauce, lemon juice, parsley, olive oil, flake salt, and lemon. So I set myself aside a little plate and I'm going to take a bite. Now I'm just eating this like this because I showed you how to make the dish, but it goes incredible on top of some crunchy Italian bread or some nicely roasted crispy potatoes. Nailing a vegan dish is it's just the best. I just love how all the flavors come together, from the peppers and the shallot and onion, the brightness from the lemon, the brine, the wine, the herb. Now I think if this were an Ariana Grande song, this would be If God Was a Woman, because a woman actually gives you what you want when you ask for it. This is a beloved family favorite dish, and I know how much she loves it, and to make it as close as possible, which I nailed here, if God were a woman, it'd be this dish. Please try this recipe. Make it for yourself or your family, your loved ones. You will absolutely love it. You can find me on Instagram at @single_serving. You can find this recipe and more on delish.com. Thank you. Next.